Hey yogi friends, it's Ashley here. Today I'm doing a short tutorial on the pose upward facing dog. This is my dog Cobra, which actually is, Cobra pose is the modification or a variation of up dog, but we're going through upward facing dog because I noticed in a few classes that it's done unsafely, not incorrectly, because I'm not going to say there's a right or wrong way. It's just done in a manner that isn't as effective as it could be. And so I wanted to share with you the proper way for upward facing dog. And this pose is often done in one inhale and that's it. It's like a half a breath. So that's why as teachers, it's hard for us to go around and correct alignment and this pose unless we're actually breaking it down and saying, let's stop the flow. We're going to do breakdown of upward facing dog, which isn't often the case. So here we go. I'm going to show you what I often see in up dog, and then I'll show you the correct way, and then how to modify it. So what I'll often see is people will, if you're coming to the floor, however, or from chaturanga, will go into an up dog thinking it's a back bend. So if you notice, my spine is very compressed at the bottom. If I were to lift my legs, thighs off the floor, I'm engaging my legs a little bit, but there's still a lot of compression going on my lower back. And sure, this might feel like a nice back stretch, but it's so fast. Again, one inhale, you're not actually getting the benefits of any kind of stretching because it's meant as a transition. So when you are doing this kind of posture, it can be very straining on your back. And also, as you do this, you're disengaging your abs. So there's no ab engagement. You're really just using that back bend. If you let your abs go loose, you have to re-engage a lot more. It's going to take you a lot more effort to get back up to downward facing dog. So this whole series of a sun salutation needs to be strong. Here's the correct way to do up dog in a way that's going to build strength, be a little bit more effective, safer on your body, keeps the core engaged, keeps the legs engaged, and keeps your back safe. So I am pretty flexible in my back, but upward facing dog for me is never a back bend. It never feels like a stretch unless I've done like a ton of forward folds and core work. Okay, Cobra, gonna help me out? Good. So here we are. You often do a chaturanga, then to up dog, lifting the knees. So you're actually pretty far off the ground. Abs are in. So it's more of a slope, and then imagine someone pulling your chest forward. So a good little exercise that I was just doing is if you're pulling forward so much that you could slide forward. You can't really do that. You could, you can't really do that here because you're going upward. But think of moving the chest forward, engaging the abs and lifting. So notice this, correct, incorrect. Correct, incorrect. And your butt doesn't have to be squeezed. Actually, don't squeeze your butt. Don't squeeze your butt. Correct? Hands are over the shoulders so your joints are stacked. Roll those shoulders back and stay lifted. And this gives you a lot more strength to roll back to downward facing dog. And you can imagine like when you're doing a pull-up, right? When you're doing a pull-up, if you do a pull-up, you come all the way down and you just let loose. It's going to take a lot more energy and effort to re-engage, reset up, and then come back up. If you do a pull-up and keep the strength of your arms and your back and everything engaged, pull up, come down, maybe not all the way down, but just about, and then come back up, it's a lot easier to keep going one after the other. And that's the same with this transition from chaturanga to up dog to down dog. You want to keep the engagement of your body without just letting go. Got it? Does that make sense? Let me know if it makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll rework it. The modification for this, so if you're on your knees, say you're on your knees, you're building strength still. So we go low plank, you can still point the toes, still do up dog, but it's more of like a plank with a little tiny lift and chest is forward. So the chest pointing to the ground, chest forward. So work on the upper back rather than lower back. So it's not, again, this on the knees. It's a little bit more pitched forward with the heart. Knees down, knees up. And that's where you want to be for a modification. Knees would be down. And then you can easily just draw back, tuck the toes, and lift to downward facing dog. Again, modification, chaturanga, bend the elbows, up dog. It's more like a push-up than it is a back bend. And then back to downward facing dog. In cobra pose, this one's a lot different where you do kind of release if there's very little, if you do have back issues or anything like that, and you're just lifting your chest. Just lift the chest. So very, very little weight in the hands. Lift the chest, working the upper back again, squeezing the shoulders. So it's not here. You're not lifting through the lower back. You're lifting through the upper back and chest. Then press back to child's pose or down dog. Okay, that's just what I wanted to share with you today, that a lot of people tend to sag and get a little bit too deep bend in their back. And we want it to be a little bit more strength building by keeping the core engaged, the legs engaged, and less of that sag and more of a nice little hill slope down your back. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Let me know if this helped you, and please try it out. Come to class and try it out, and you're going to get a lot more tips and stuff like this from me if you actually can make it to a class. So if you ever have questions, you can ask me here on the online world, or you can actually come to a class and we'll work through whatever your body needs to be the best and most efficient mover that it can be, movement artist. So thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully be providing a lot more of this in the future. Have a super awesome day. Bye.